swing too.
Disappeared. There we go. See, it did that. That's what it did on the last one. That's why I thought we were recording, but we weren't.
Hallelujah.
Yes,
We are mental breakdowning.
I deliberately did not answer your question.
I'm about to crash out.
I hate it. Why are you rubbing your hands together? Because that's what I do. But that was awesome, guys.
That was really fun.
That was really fun.
Yeah. I hope I did not dictate what you guys did too much. I really was just trying to push it into a direction because it was meant to go exactly the way it did. Whether you lived or died, it was meant to go that way. So I hope I didn't tell you what you were doing too much.
I don't think so.
Okay. But yeah, that was something that I've been wanting to do for a while because it kind of makes sense to for Yorrick to close it, and it kind of made sense for him to bring Vidar along considering your past and how you met in the first place.
Yeah.
So, you guys were close, man. Ooh. That fucking dragon.
Yeah, that dragon was very scary.
Yep, and it was meant to come out for
20, bro. A nat fucking 20.
Yep, and if I wasn't implementing the new rules, you would have still taken 33.
Yeah, and I would not have been able to tank the hit from that boulder. Both of them.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah, I got hit with 2. You only got 1. Yeah, no, one of them took out Vidar's shoulder, but you actually got pancaked by both.
Yep.
Just my favorite thing ever is the fact that you're having this conversation with your dad about not destroying the house. And then in his mind, you're still talking, right? Because quite literally, when you went into that alternate, to you guys, all of that happened and all that time passed. But to your dad, it was a split second. So all of a sudden, he's talking to you face to face, whispering about his worries. And the next thing he knows, you're falling through a ceiling, breaking into a chair.
Bethesda-ass graphics.
Yeah. Like literally like the buffer in a video game where you think you're running and you're running across the whole map, but then you glitch and you start back at the beginning again.
Just clipping through things.
That part, yeah. Clip through a wall, get stuck in a staircase. Oh, yep. the fucking the fly. Because I'm rubbing my hands.
Yeah.
This smug fucker, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh. Yep. The one natural 20 you got. And the most clutch one. Because it literally saved your life. If you had failed that, that was 67 points of acid damage.
Oh yeah. Yorrick, like I said, would have evaporated.
Actually, both of you would have been done because Vidar only had 54 at the time. That would have been the end of the episode right there.
Yep.
So,
but we made it.
Hell yeah.
That's all that matters.
Yep, you guys made it through. You still don't know if you got what you went there for, but as Yorrick said, he did blast him off and he exploded off in whatever distance. So who knows if you got it or not. If it went with him or if you acquired it, you don't know.
I mean, technically with the Pact of the Tome, if he was attuned to it by now, it would have disappeared, I think it's 24 hours after he dies.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's instantaneous. I don't remember.
I think it's unless someone else attunes to it. It's within a day, it's gone. Kind of like Death Note.
Kinda.
Yeah. That was awesome, guys. I'm glad you showed up. If anyone else had showed up, we would have done the Great War miniseries. Oh, to answer your question on that, Christian, like I said, an example is Corey's going to play Garrison's father, who was alive during that time. So really anybody, I mean, yeah, really like any kind.
A young Vidar was in it.
That is true, unless you want to play
But
someone new.
he wasn't a blood hunter. He was more like either a fighter or a barbarian type.
Yeah. But I mean, that's up to you if you want to play the same character as a younger, or if you want to completely do a different character. It's up to you.
Okay.
The idea was to play something different, but
I think it'd be cool because it was a bunch of like states warring against each other, right?
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to play like an espionage rogue.
Yeah, that's up to you because there was a lot of that shit going on. And the other question that I'm going to pin down privately is what side you're on. Because there were sides of everything. There was the resistance. There was those who joined the thinkers. There were those who just wanted to go out and kill everybody to take everything over. There were sides. So there were the malicious ones that were like, nope, this war belongs to us. We're going to take everybody out. We don't have friends or allies. There were those that were doing the thinkers bidding. That was like, let's stop the fighting, take out the key people and call it. And then there was the resistance that was fighting against everybody. So there's multiple factions within the Great War. Multiple angles, multiple factions. And if you wanted to do an espionage rogue, you could literally go against everybody. You could be on this side and this side just for benefits.
In that case, I would probably be like an assassin rogue and fight for the thinkers. Because if they're just wanting to take out key leaders, then my character could have been the one that they were sending out to take out those key leaders. I think I'll do that one.
That would work too. Yeah, absolutely. So, and we'll do another anus talk when I gather the group of people who actually want to play the miniseries. And yes, it matters if you show up, obviously, because your character is going to be there. But let's say it's like you and Tyler and Corey who start the miniseries, and then there's a time we're playing where you can't be there, and then it's Tyler and Corey and Keegan. Fine. There's literally hundreds and thousands. So members of our party can join later. They can start from the beginning and go all the way through. They can join later on, and then they can leave. Like, characters can come and go in this miniseries. It's kind of like a TV show. They can come and go. So if you end up wanting to play multiple characters, you can do that too. So my suggestion would be to have multiple characters, because you might not all make it through. It is a great war for a reason. There's going to be a lot of shit coming from every angle.
Nah, I'm the hero that this war needs. I'll stop it.
There you go. All right.
Yorrick just stands in the middle between two armies. Stop fighting!
Yeah. He's like fucking Aragorn in Lord of Rings, who runs after that huge army by himself with the sword. Only no one follows him. It's just him. He just runs after this huge army wall, running up like he tries to encourage the troops, and he fails on his persuasion roll. And then he's running after him with his big sword, and then looks behind him, and no one followed him. But he's got 10,000 troops standing in front of him.
Come on, guys.
And they just surround him.
You said you would
not
go.
Cool.
Takes an arrow to the face.
Yeah, they just surround him and kill him. And then it's like, you know what? We don't even really feel like fighting anymore. That was pathetic. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Is that the best you got?
And they just walk off the field. And so
I don't even know how that guy got armor.
and so the Great War has ended due to boredom and sadness.
The great hero.
The great hero who stopped the war by being as pathetic as possible.
Oh
my god, that's funny.
At least he'll be in the history books.
Exactly.
I'll end up in a book one way or another.
Yep. Jesus Christ.
Papa, tell
All
us
right.
about the man who stopped a war.
It's like, well, we're still, you know, all this
We're
time,
still not sure.
we've never figured out how he actually did it. No one knows.
Somehow he got armor on.
Somehow he got armor and got this sword and
He just
charged after a wall of troops after some kind of speech that no one cared about, and
he said a speech, but he had such a weak voice nobody heard him.
No one heard him at all. No one even knew what he was doing.
They never heard the command to charge.
He just started running.
Watched him run.
No one knew if they were supposed to follow or not, and then the army surrounded him and killed him, and then they went home.
They went home.
And that was it.
That's it. War's
Everybody
done.
lined up like at the end of a soccer game and shook hands and then went home.
That was it. That was it. It was so sad. They signed the treaty the next day, and the fighting was over.
They didn't even give him a grave.
They didn't even give him a statue.
That's it. Just done.
Like, no one
End
even
of
remembers his
presentation.
name.
Thank
His
you.
name's not even in the history books. We don't even know what his name or what he looked like. No one cared.
It's the equivalent of a man running out onto a soccer field naked.
Pretty much. Well, no, people would care about that. But all right. Appreciate it, guys.
All right.
Go get some
Good
sleep.
night.
Oh yeah. See you next week.
Adios.
See you next week.
Later.